interesting name and an even more interesting kind of sub-name to it. So what exactly is Exodus, and what are the travelers?
The entire setting is based around the Exodus from Earth, and it's also something that we've called the journeys that the traveler makes when they are going off to other star systems. Now, the traveler is essentially what the player plays as. They're very influential people because they're like tip of the spear on technology, but they're also the people who are making political decisions and societal decisions that impact how the world is going to evolve.
Yeah, there's an element to them too that's elite, and it's special to be a traveler, and so we really want to celebrate that in terms of the growth of the player throughout the experience that players will have.
One of those things that they explained to me early on, that you have these disparate worlds all spread out, and they all have different levels of technology, sometimes extremely far apart, but they don't necessarily help each other. It's not like there's one humanity and everybody is moving towards a singular bright future. It's very competitive environment. So these, especially like the new humans that are just off the ark, that just arrived, they're put on backwater worlds and they have to go scavenge other technology to bootstrap themselves into this new society, which is pretty cool.
Who are we going to be playing? Who was your inspiration, or what was your inspiration for June?
Yeah, and the slate of them overall, we think is really going to be compelling. We've introduced two that you can see on our website. And if you look closely at the trailer, you'll get a glimpse of a few more. But there's more to come. And not to be the constant tease, but ultimately that set of things that we have available in this universe to deliver through the characters and through the companions specifically that you'll play with, we think is pretty cool. And it's a nice part of the IP.
Also, some of the companions change radically depending upon some of the choices you make. It's because with time dilation, we can just, if you leave a companion behind, imagine all the changes that they can go through while you're gone. For them, it might be a decade, which also makes the artist crazy, because it's like they have to like, okay, so we just can't do this companion. We have to do the companion 10 years older. Oh, and maybe even older. So
many thanks again for your help.
You should have been honest.
Tim and Blur are going to be showing off today, because it's like the secret level episode of Exodus. And
right on.
It really focuses on what time dilation.
Which is out now, by the way. Is it out right now? Could people go watch it?
Yeah, it is. It's out right now.
Chad is saying not only is it out, I've heard a lot of very favorable things so far already.
There you go.
Good job.
Nice.
Very, very cool.
I love that story. I happen to have personally wrote that one. Of all the 15, that was the only one I was super involved with every day. And it's based on a Jack London story that I really love, called Odyssey of the North, that was a love story that takes place over 20 years or so. And we switched it to an Exodus friendly universe, but it just seemed very apropos, because for the hero in that story, his love remained unchanged, but his love interest changed greatly, and it felt like it fit Exodus in a really interesting way. So if you're going to steal from the best.
Nice.
Yep.
Been seeing a lot of questions from chat. Is it single player or co-op?
Single player.
Perfect. I think you mentioned this earlier, but what platforms are we going to be available on?
PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC.
Awesome. Somebody asked, if I like Mass Effect, how hard will I like your game?
Really hard.
Really hard.
Really hard. Okay, there we go. Do you know what
Drew Karpyshyn, the lead writer of Mass Effect 1 and 2, who's
Child of Orion, fulfill the purpose for which you were crafted, and seize your destiny.
Our world is dying. You are the only one who can wield celestial tech and find a cure. Well, that's terrifying. But with the right ship and the right crew, you could save all of us.
I was on an alien world. Felt like I was finally doing what I was made for.
Thank you, June.
We are the defenders of Leiden's future. And we will fight to protect it!
Exodus is an upcoming single-player science fiction action role-playing game developed by Archetype Entertainment and published by Wizards of the Coast, currently targeting an early 2027 release for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows PC. And, as of April 10th, 2026, it has entered a major public gameplay reveal phase, with multiple developer updates and previews expanding significantly on its core systems, world design, and narrative ambition. The game is set tens of thousands of years in the future within the Omega Centauri cluster, a dense region of space populated by evolved human civilizations and powerful transhuman entities known as Celestials, where humanity is fractured into competing factions shaped by technology, ideology, and survival, and players take on the role of a traveler, an explorer sent on dangerous missions to recover ancient alien artifacts known as remnants, while navigating complex political and moral conflicts. A defining feature of Exodus is its time dilation system, which deeply influences both narrative and gameplay, as travelling across space at relativistic speeds causes years or even centuries to pass for others, while only a short time passes for the player, meaning decisions can reshape entire societies, alter relationships, and fundamentally change the state of the universe between missions, making consequence and long-term impact central to the experience. Gameplay is presented from a third-person perspective and blends cinematic exploration with squad-based combat, allowing players to fight alongside companions who each bring unique abilities, personalities, and narrative arcs. With recent gameplay footage revealed throughout March and April 2026, showcasing coordinated combat scenarios where positioning, ability synergy, and environmental interaction are key to survival. One of the most notable additions highlighted in these updates is a traversal tool known as the Rail Claw, a grappling system that allows players to move dynamically through vertical environments such as orbital structures, alien ruins, and massive planetary installations, adding a strong sense of mobility and scale to exploration. Recent gameplay drops have also revealed diverse planetary settings, including frozen worlds, molten underground regions, and ancient alien sites, emphasizing that exploration will span dramatically different environments with unique hazards, enemies, and visual identities, reinforcing the game's focus on variety and discovery across multiple star systems. Combat encounters appear to combine gunplay, tactical ability use, and squad coordination, with players issuing commands and leveraging companion skills to control the battlefield, while enemy design includes advanced robotic forces, alien threats, and hostile factions, each requiring different strategies to overcome. The narrative structure places heavy emphasis on player choice, with branching dialogue, relationship systems, and moral decisions, influencing not only immediate story outcomes, but also long-term consequences shaped by time dilation, including how companions evolve, how factions rise or fall, and how entire civilizations develop over time. Companion relationships are designed to feel more grounded and complex than in many RPGs, with developers emphasizing that not all relationships are guaranteed or easily achieved, and that characters have their own motivations, loyalties, and limits that can lead to both cooperation and conflict depending on player actions. The game is being built using Unreal Engine 5, allowing for highly detailed environments, cinematic presentation, and large-scale world design, while the overall tone leans toward grounded, realistic science fiction rather than fantasy, focusing on human struggle, technological evolution, and existential themes. As of early April 2026, The latest updates include multiple gameplay showcases released across March and April, highlighting combat, traversal, planetary exploration. Confirmation that additional deep dive presentations covering RPG systems, companions, and narrative mechanics are planned for summer 2026. And developer statements indicating that the project is in a polishing phase, with ongoing refinement of gameplay systems ahead of its planned 2027 launch window. Overall, Exodus is shaping up to be a large-scale, story-driven RPG, inspired by classic space opera titles, but built around a unique time-based consequence system, aiming to deliver a deeply reactive universe where player decisions echo across generations, making it one of the most ambitious upcoming science fiction RPGs currently in development. Now you can enjoy the screenshots without any interruption. Enjoy!